A job is not uncommon, but what happens when the relationship fizzles out and you still work together? Court standing by with an expert to discuss some things you should consider before you, well, I'm not going to use the expression that I want to say, but
I know what you're thinking.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want to do that.
And be honest, because you have either seen it happen at your workplace or you may have been that couple. Rosalinda Randall joining us, our fantastic etiquette expert. Just kind of talking about how to navigate this whole workplace romance thing, because it can really be great or it can be really, really bad.
Yes. First of all, please check the company policy manual. You signed it at some point, but you know how we just peruse, sign, and start our day. So that is something that is very important. Some companies forbid, I don't know how they can do that, but forbid romantic relationships. Others only forbid boss-subordinate relationships, which makes sense. And then others, you must disclose it. Once you enter in a romantic relationship, there's even some companies call it a love contract, where both parties have to sign that it is consensual, it wasn't terms of employment, and so on and so forth. And that reduces a lot of the liability of the company. And then both parties can't go, oh, she did this, he did that, or they did this. So that's one thing.
Now, are they already in a relationship is a really good question to ask, whether it's at work or not. Is your intended boo already hooked up with somebody?
Well, I mean, some people had side things going on, so you can't determine what they want and what they wouldn't want. However, it gets a little bit stickier and you never know. But it could be difficult in the workplace setting to discreetly find out. You can ask a coworker, but if that coworker's friends and the gossip goes and all that stuff, I recommend getting to know them on a professional level first. They're at work. What if their ethics and the professional style doesn't align with you? Then it's over anyway. So why pursue it? Go in a group setting with a bunch of coworkers, and then if there's that opportunity or you feel the vibe where you have a little private conversation, you build trust, get to know them, and that's how it's easier to find out without being, shunned completely or shut down. And find out if they're receptive. You can also search them on social media these days. That's an easy way to find out as well.
Well, and you touched on it, to find out if they're receptive, because that's the serious thing, is to make sure that the attention is welcome.
And how can you really tell? Some people get offended because you just say, wow, you're looking great today. What do you mean by that? That's why I say get to know them a little bit before you approach them. And also, is it a romantic interest you have in them, a potential romantic, or just a hookup? That's very different. And maybe they're thinking it's romantic or the opposite, and you're going to have problems right from the start if that's it. And in today's world, it is a very risky thing to approach someone and say, hi, would you like to go out sometime? Well, that's harassment. To some people, their level of sexual harassment, like I said, just even giving a compliment, unless they're loud and clear that they are interested or open to it, because you can also misread body language. Somebody goes, oh my gosh, and taps you on there. You think, oh, it's a little more, personal. Even a smile or laughing at your jokes can be misinterpreted. Maybe they're just laughing. It doesn't mean they like you. And I just want to say a quick note for the people who are approached and you want to decline. Unless it's some nasty, vulgar approach or proposition, okay, I get it. But just your basic, are you interested in me? Just go, let's just leave things as they are. Or I have someone else. Or I don't date in the workplace. I mean, there's no need to go and report that person. I'm not telling you can't. But if we want to make things a little bit less awkward, and if they don't accept your decline, your polite decline, then you might have to bring in management.
All right. Rosalinda Randall with us for the first half, because what if the relationship works out? Then there's steps beyond that. So stick around. Coming up in the next hour, we'll dive into some of that. In the meantime, we'll link all the details for Rosalinda Randall on our website, gooddaysacramento.com, under show info and today's date. We'll see you in a bit, my dear.
Great.
All right. John, back over to you.
I remember hearing a story about a husband and wife anchor team who got divorced from each other.
Ooh.
But had to be on TV next to each other.
That is rough.
Yeah.